Starting a new electric bicycle project, and this is an EV Warrior bicycle. I have two of them that I picked up. I did a short vid that's on my YouTube channel when I got them a few months ago. I'm going to start in on this one. It's pretty much stripped down. This is what they look like before they're stripped down. I've got the cover off of the engine compartment on this one. Over here are the motors. There's two of them. These are Bosch motors. They're 24 volt. That runs up against the rear wheel and powers it. Here's some more components. This is the plastic shield that mounts onto the bike back here. See the bolts here on each side. And then this mounts onto the plastic shield. This is where the motors are mounted, and the dry wheel goes in through there and turns the wheel. And this is the XLR battery charger set up. Anyways, first thing I have to do, I've got a flat tire here on it, and that tire is a bit wide, a lot of friction on the road, so I'm going to switch to a little bit narrower tire here. I got the new front wheel installed. So the next thing I got to do is some work on these handlebars. I got to pull this unit off. I can't use it anymore. It runs off of a 12 volt setup, and I don't have a step down 12 volt on the new controller that I'm going to install. I'm also going to try to take this shifting setup off here. It's a 6-speed setup, runs to the rear wheel. There's no front derailleur. It's just a single sprocket on the front. And I'm going to try to move it over to the left side and install a twist grip throttle on this side. And then I'm going to see if maybe I can raise these bars up a bit. And then I have to install a seat on it. Well, I've done a bunch of work here. Installed the new front wheel, and I guess I already showed that. And I pulled the forks and greased the bearings. And then I worked on these handlebars. I took the shifting thing and put it on the other side, so it's here now. And I put the new throttle control on the right side. That's why I moved it. This over here, I don't know if you can see that. That was the original throttle. And the problem with this bike is the controller was burned out on it. And this is a 1996 bike. It had a Curtis 1505 controller, and Curtis doesn't make them anymore, so I bought a new controller, but it wouldn't accept that throttle. That's a 0.5 ohm throttle, and it wouldn't work with the controller, so I had to buy this half effect throttle, 3-wire throttle. I've mounted the plastic shield onto the bike. Just a matter of laying it in. It fits over the bolts here, and the motor mount assembly bolts on top of it and holds it all down. And I've mounted the motors back onto the housing. And if I can turn this around, you can see the roller wheel in there that runs up against the tire. had to drill 2 holes here. I'm going to mount the controller there. Well, I set the motor housing set up onto the bike and found that I had to install the controller first before I put it on, because there wasn't enough room to get a screwdriver down in there to tighten up the nuts on the thing. So I've got that on now, and I'll try mounting this housing setup again. Well, I've got the shield and the motor housing all bolted down, and if I can zoom this a bit, you can see the controller on top there. The controller is a Blue Sky Electronics controller. It's Chinese. It's a 500 watt 24 volt controller. The original controller, the Curtis, the 1505 Curtis that was originally on this, was also a 500 watt, so I wanted to go the same wattage. I'm getting ready to start in on the wiring, but I decided to install the batteries before I did that. What you're looking at here are the original batteries for these EV Warriors. They're 18 amp hour batteries, sealed lead acid. And what I'm putting in are smaller batteries, actually. These are 7 amp hour sealed lead acid batteries. They're brand new. I paid about $58 for the 2 of them, which is about the price of one of these 18 amp hour jobs. I had to cut some pieces of wood and bolt them in under this thing on here on each side. This was on the 18 amp hour batteries. This fit over it and held them in place, but these are much shorter batteries, so I cut some wood to pressure down on the batteries, and they're nice and tight, so it should hold up. The original range, as I understand it, on this bike with the 18 amp hour batteries is probably around, I don't know, 15-20 miles, but I expect I'll be doing good to get 5 miles out of these smaller batteries. Anyways, the next thing I got to do is to start the wiring, and the first wiring I'm going to do is install the 3-wire, there it is, 3-wire throttle setup back into, I think it's this one here, 3-wire. Well, I've done all the wiring on it. It took, oh, I don't know, 2-3 hours. Got it all wired up, and I put an off-on switch onto the cover of this thing, and when I plugged in the batteries finally, I put it on off, and the batteries plugged in fine, and then I turned on the switch and hit the throttle, and the wheel turned, so it looks like it's going to be a go. So you can see here that I've put the cover back on. I've got a running EV Warrior here, and I don't know what I'm going to do with the other one yet, whether I'll go this route, or I was thinking about maybe doing something else, maybe doing a front wheel drive and a rear wheel drive, or I've got a sidecar too that I was thinking about mounting on it, and I can put some really big marine batteries on it and really get some range, but I haven't really decided yet. So I really would like to Would have been like to have been able to at least show the wheel turning on this thing, but I'm the only one here and there's no one to hold the camera. And if I do anything radical with the other EV Warrior, I'll probably film it and upload it. And it looks like everything turned out okay on this, so all I can say is thanks for watching my vid.